Hello and welcome. Over the next couple of videos we are going to be focusing on baritones. Why are we going to be focusing on these? Well, the baritone is an interesting subject because it's not like a cornet or a trumpet or a trombone or a tuba where those instruments have their own names. Baritone is not a name of a specific instrument, it's the name of a voice. Soprano, alto, tenor, baritone, bass. And so as such there are no real guidelines as to what is and what isn't a baritone, which means that if you travel around different parts of the world you're going to get presented with different things. And so to start this sort of mini series off we're going to be looking at this. This is an American style baritone. Some of the distinctive features on it are the valves, which are played by your right hand obviously, but they appear in the middle of the instrument and they jut out. Instead of being on the top, they jut out. The instrument is played so that the bell is over your left shoulder as opposed to other style baritones which would be played with the valves up here and the instrument projecting that way. And the bell is, as you can quite clearly see, canted forwards somewhat. Now one of the attributes of American instruments is the desire for them to project forward. And so when you've got instruments like this that are used in the context of marching or in when you're playing outdoors, you want them to project in a very specific way. Things like trumpets and trombones have no issues with projecting forward, but instruments like this naturally don't project that way. They normally project straight up or over one shoulder in a direction, so this is a conscious effort to make the instrument point in a similar direction to what you would have if you're playing alongside cornets, trumpets, trombones, etc. This instrument is made by Vincent Bach. It was made a long time ago, but I don't really know too much about it. It's got Bach written on the inside of the bell up here, but the cosmetic condition of this instrument is pretty poor, so I can't actually tell if there is anything else at all written on this and where it might be found. So all I know is it's written by Bach. It was built by Bach, but that's really all that's really all I know about it. This instrument here is actually quite big when we compare it to other sorts of baritones in the world. It's got a medium-sized bore, but the bell is proportioned the same and the tubing is fairly conical, so it's actually more akin to a brass band style euphonium than a brass band style baritone. And I guess that's really because this instrument was built at a time where you didn't really have both baritones and euphoniums playing alongside. You had the baritone because the euphonium was really more of a British sort of thing, or at least it became particularly popular over there. So this instrument has some of the characteristics of both euphoniums and baritones when you sort of consider, you know, this is coming from a person who's familiar with baritones and euphoniums as they appear in the UK brass band world. If you're not familiar with that, then this is just simply a large baritone. It is a tenor instrument that is a lot more conical than a trombone and has some nice playing characteristics to it. One of the good things about this instrument is that it is very easy and quite comfortable to play. The position where you have got your arm playing the valves like this is really quite comfortable. Your hand is lower than your heart, so you don't have to worry about your hand getting stiff prematurely, and your left arm can sort of be used to sort of cradle the instrument as you might cradle a baby, and so it becomes sort of very comfortable, very easy to play an instrument like this. It's sort of an instrument that's built for comfort, and unlike the European style baritone, which I've demonstrated on this channel previously, the thumb ring that we have here is actually really comfortable. It's in a nice place. The one thing that this instrument would really benefit from, though, is a fourth valve. I've thought about hacking one on, but decided my talent isn't sufficient for that, so I haven't. But otherwise, it's just a nice instrument. So without any further ado, I'm going to play you just an extract out of some music so that you too can hear a little bit more about what this instrument sounds like. Thanks for watching.